Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Annisa Nurul Fitri with NPM 2441207 from Accounting Class 24A. Today, I would like to talk about business process. Basically, business process explain how all activities in a company are connected and run in a structured way. Activities like selling, buying, and making payment are not separated, but part of one continuous flow. If these processes are not managed properly, the information produced can be inaccurate and lead to wrong decision. That's why understanding business process is very important, especially in today's competitive business environment. Now, after understanding the general idea, let's move on the definition. So, what actually are business process? Business process can be defined as a series of activities that transform transaction data into useful information. Every transaction is recorded, the process, and finally turned into reports. This process ensures that the data is accurate, complete, and relevant. The information processed will later be used by management for planning, controlling, and decision making. With a good system, this process can be faster, more efficient, and more reliable. So now, after we understand the definition, the next question is, what are the main components of business process? Business process have several key components. First is input, which is the initial data like sales, purchase, or payment. Second is the process, which is how the data is handled, such as recording, classifying, and summarizing. Third is output, which is the final result, usually in the form of report. And the last one is feedback, which is used to evaluate and improve the process. All these components are connected, so if one part is wrong, it can affect the whole process. That's why every step must be done carefully. Now, since we already know the component, let's move to the types of business process. There are several types of business process. The first one is the revenue cycle, which is related to sales and receiving money from customer. Second is the expenditure cycle, which is about purchasing and payment suppliers. The third is production cycle, which focuses on turning raw material into finished product. And the last one is the financial cycle, which includes recording and reporting all financial activities. All these processes are connected to each other. For example, sales will affect cash and purchase will affect inventory. To make this clearly, let's look at a simple explain. Let's take a coffee business as an example. When a customer places an order, that's at the beginning of the process. The transaction is recorded as a sale, then the barista prepares the coffee. After that, the customer makes a payment, and the transaction is recorded again. From all these activities, a sales report will be generated. So, even simple daily activities like this are actually part of business process. And from this example, we can see how important business process are. Now let's talk about their role. Business process play a very important role in a company. First, they improve efficiency because everything follows and clear structure. Second, they ensure data accurate because all transactions are recorded properly. Third, they support internal control by reducing error and preventing fraud. And most importantly, they provide useful information for management to make better decisions. Without clear process, companies can face confusion and inefficiency. Now, after understanding their importance, let's move to the conclusion. So, in the conclusion, business process are series of activities that transform data into useful information. These processes are very important because they help companies run smoothly, improve efficiency, and support decision making. Therefore, every company needs to manage and continuously improve its process to achieve its goal effectively. That's all of my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.